Yeah, this is potentially the skill racing, driver racing killer race for sure. It's going to be very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. But interesting. The main reason is because the acceleration on the KTM is just really strong. So it's mainly about straight line speed, and the KTM accelerates in a straight line more than the Porsche. I would say the Porsche is probably worse on tyre wear, especially the left rear tyre. I mean, rear tyre wear is going to be an issue anyway, but I can get this thing around here faster than the Porsche, quite a lot faster. So yeah, for me it's a no-brainer. It's not the Porsche. It's reasonably competitive, but not really. Not compared to the KTM. I don't like the KTM, I don't want it to be the KTM, but it is, it's the fastest one. the hardest thing about this car and track is being consistent. It's one thing to be able to put in a good lap, but to do it every lap, that's the biggest challenge. Yeah, that thing is really slow in a straight line. It's great in the corners, but slow in a straight line, so it's not an option. I like the SFR, actually. I'd rather it was the SFR. It's a cool little car. It's great around Goodwood circuit. But yeah, this is difficult. Oh. It was an okay lap. Yeah, it's going to be as bad as, if not worse than Suzuka, to be honest. Like, it's so easy to totally lose control, and it also takes ages to get the cut. If you do mess up,
I couldn't find.
Should be burned. If you do mess up, it takes ages to get back on pace. You lose so much time, and so you just get bunched up with everyone. So consistency is going to be so important. Look at this guy. No, just Nations today, because I did a little test with the SLS and it just feels like crap. Just an understeery piece of crap, and I don't want to race with it. And I had a little practice race with a TX3 driver, Italian, who's really good. And I just got completely demolished. Completely. And I just thought, there's no friggin' way that I'm going to have the pace for it to be worth the time and effort of practicing for. Especially when it understeers. The front tyres die. It's not fun. Yeah, I just think Group 4 for Mercedes just isn't really, it's not really there. So I haven't really been bothering. I've been loads stronger in the Group 3 races, but Group 4 races have just been, I've just been nowhere basically. I noticed it from Fuji Speedway. So ever since then, I just thought this SLS is a piece of junk. Oh, for God's sake. Getting the braking point right there is not easy. Consistent laps are very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult. Hey, Francis is in the room. Pretty easy to lose control. 42.7. Really? That's rubbish. It's going to be a lot faster here. It's only 240, okay. I think as well today, because we're not doing manufacturer races, I might do daily race B in between, just for fun, because I'm really, enjoying racing the Ferrari around Dragon Trail. Really enjoying it, it's fun. So obviously I know we can set a pretty decent lap time, but will we do it when it matters? Don't know. And then Joe Set is in another league of his own. My optimal time in time trial is still 6/10 off his time. Pretty big gap. He nailed it though. There's a couple of corners like this one here I'm not getting right. I'm skidding and I'm not turning the car around very effectively. Fucking me. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not really sure why people are going for the Porsche, to be honest with you. I've driven both and to me it seemed like a no-brainer. Crossbow all the way has got the advantage. Yeah, don't. Otherwise you'll jinx it. Alright. Just about to start a lap as well. Well, let's have a little qualifying run. Maybe not that much. Yo, Francis. It's going to be slip, obviously. It will make a difference. I don't see why it wouldn't. Ha! Francis binned it. I think he did it on purpose, though. I think. I'd rather have a clear air lap, to be honest. Yeah, not really quick enough. Okay, let's see if we can bang in a lap when it matters. Well, it doesn't really matter right now, but still, psychologically. That was a loud noise. Quite hard changing up into fourth when you're rounding that corner. Ah, messed up that apex, so difficult to get right. Lost a lot of speed in that chicane, so difficult. alright that. A couple of places I lost a lot of time. Small mistake, lots of time lost. God. We'll do one more and then we'll leave and get ready. Bit of a harsh penalty for a tiny corner cut. 3 seconds is a lot. A little corner cut should maybe only give you half a second tops. Not friggin' 3 seconds, come on, that's harsh. I'm reasonably happy with what I'm able to produce, but I'm not happy with my inconsistency. It is very, very difficult to be consistent with this car, but I'm glad to be able to dish out some pace. I'll take less risks in the race, of course, but there is still that risk where you just get it slightly wrong. I did a 1:42.3 earlier, which was cool. But I still felt like I could have done better. I really do think that the qualifying times will be into the high 141s. I really do. I'd be staggered if it wasn't. Well, let's try and see what I mean. It's so easy to mess up. What's the time? No, we don't really have time. So, what? So let's get out of here. I also want to see if there's a cool livery for the KTM. The one I've got's a bit meh. Dunno. Yeah. It's hard to make the KTM look good, you know? Yeah. Are you sure? Really Italian? Yeah, don't know. Yeah, I'll do that. So we have a race on our hands in a minute, and it could be carnage. It'll definitely be entertaining, I'll tell you that, but whether it's good for me or bad for me remains to be seen. So yeah, cool beans. And then in between the Nations Cup races, we could do a couple of these bad boys. I'm enjoying that. So yeah, rock and roll. Refreshing the screens, I feel like it's not showing me the comments. Stupid thing. Can the last two comments, could you repeat them so I can see them? Because, yeah, blank screen. Oh wait, no, come back. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is really hard. It is really hard. It's one thing to be able to find pace, but it's another thing to be able to do it lap after lap. That's what I'm struggling with. My optimum time in time trial was a 1:41.250, something like that, which is not bad. I think that's like P3, P4 in the region, but doing it every lap, well, that's yeah, that's something else, isn't it? We're gonna try, obviously. We're gonna try. Could be lows. It's interesting when, for example, if you look at these friend rankings, like if we're all in like group 3 cars, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, those 8 drivers, we're all going to be very similar. We're all going to be quite close. But it's interesting how a particular car, the way you need to drive it for it to work, can separate different styles. So Manegas, for example, is obviously, you know, scratching his head a little bit, whereas me just using my typical style, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, okay. And yet, you know, but then my style for the Nations Cup race at Suzuka with the 86 was obviously, I fell back, and there were people that I normally beat that were creaming me. It's weird like that, and I want to get to the bottom of it. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be competitive. It doesn't look, yeah, this looks a bit mixed with the top 11 are top split drivers, but the others are, and P13, he's capable, but he doesn't often appear in top split. Well, yeah, 50-50, but the rest are second and third split. So I don't think everyone's on at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what the points will say. We've got Manu Rodriguez appearing now, which is interesting. He wasn't here in the first 10 races of the season. Points are a bit naff, aren't they? Everyone above me, P1, well, basically everyone P1 to P10 are going to be like, but yeah. Brake balance doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but then I haven't had enough messing about trying different BBs. The chicane is probably where the most time is won or lost. The chicane is probably the separator between the drivers that have really got it down versus those that are struggling. The chicane is a bitch, it really is. Because you've got to kind of throw the car left, right, left, but then too much and you completely lose control. Cool, let's see what we can do. Thank you, Remco. I'm just chill because I don't really know what the pace of everyone else is because there's a bunch of guys in there that haven't set a TT time. Don't know, let's see. Right, let's go. Johnny's all over the place and he's right in my way. Thank you, much appreciated. Not taking any risks through there. Not blazingly fast, but not terribly slow. This is a good lap. I don't know if it's amazing, but obviously we're faster than Kevelam in front of us. Woo, 42 dead is pretty sexy, isn't it? I'd be staggered if we got pole, I really would. I don't know. That's alright, isn't it? We are currently out qualifying the big boys. I mean, they've got to come through. Like Manu Rodri, a whole bunch of them I haven't set a time yet. But that is pretty cool, isn't it? Like I said, knowing how to find the pace isn't the issue. Actually, you know, doing it lap after lap in the race is another thing altogether, which I'm not as confident about. But we'll see. Hey John, hey Nisman, thank you, appreciate it. I don't know whether it's, you know, going to give me pole or not, because Joe Set is unbelievably fast and he hasn't done a lap yet, and I know he's capable. But I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, he's pretty sexy. Whoops, I don't want to get in the way of Joe Set, definitely not. I'd rather do that than get in his way. That would be full douchebag to get in his lap. Well, anyone's lap, it's full douchebag. The only time that's going to happen is because I'm caught sleeping and I just did not realise. I had done that. And I feel, obviously, like a div for it, but I'm never going to do it on purpose. Ever. That is top shelf dickhead. Woo, still got dirty tyres. But that's okay. We're going to have another go. I think it's about not taking risks, basically. Looks like Kevelam's aborted another lap, because he's back in the pits. Yep, straight back out. I don't think I really got much slipstream, to be honest. A little bit, but not really. The brake points didn't really change. If we get pole in top split, it will be my first top split pole ever. But whilst there are some very strong drivers in the room, it's not a full-on proper top split lobby, you know. Williams, Favaros, Hizal, all of those big bad boys, they're not here. But there are some who are basically matching them, so it's a good benchmark, isn't it? Whee, Manu Rodri pit me, tricky sod. But yeah, 141.890. Joe Set has careened it by half a second. Careened! Messed up that corner a bit. And it's interesting because Joe Set didn't really bother with a slip. I think it's a bit risky, to be honest. Might get a corner cut penalty. We're all out of shape anyway, so we'll try again. Williams Gio's done one better. I'd be surprised if we got pole, because I know that Joe Set is 6/10 faster than my optimum time. Woo, shit. It's not a great place to come out of the pit, is it? If we can try and improve our lap time by just a little bit over a tenth, then we can put ourselves in a podium position. That'd be good. That's within reach. I know where I could find 2-3 tenths. I know where. It's just not easy at all. And then there'll be people that want to try and pip us as well. I'm not going to fanny around with the slip bollocks. Just distracting. I just don't really want someone swinging around in front of me. Yeah, let's give it some welly. Can we do it? Bit iffy into that corner. Literally, I'm throwing the steering wheel all over the shop. Ah, we've lost time. Ah, what a bastard. Sector 2 is the hardest by a long shot. Come on, see if we can find it back. No, I don't think we're going to do it. Spider's just picked us as well. No, we're not going to do it. Never mind. Oh well. But yeah, respectable P5. We're in the mix. Look at that. HRGRK is struggling. And it speaks to the difference in driving style. When you get random cars, someone's driving style can just work really well, and someone else who has a different style is like, what? I can't find any pace. I know the feeling, Francis. I felt like this at the Suzuka round. I just really struggled. I really struggled. I know we could find more time. I just want to see what my session best is. Is that really giving me it? Don't know. I definitely feel like I've done better than that. I mean, we found over a tenth in sector 1, so we could get into the 141s. Yeah, he really is, isn't he? But yeah, not bad. Not bad. We're in the mix. I think we just need to keep it tidy. I like being top 5 qualifying. That's the minimum goal, because top 5, you're in with a shout, you know, it's worthy. But when you're like bottom 10, you're like, and like you can have some good racing, but you know you're not anywhere near the points, and it's just a bit, it's rubbish. So yeah. Getting the car rotated around the hairpin at the start of sector 2, the right-hander, is really difficult. Really difficult to get the car turning around. We were really close to getting P2, look, because Williams Geo is only 1.5 tenths up the road. We could have found it, but it is hard. It is really hard. Yeah, penalties are a bitch. Absolute bitch. Nah, well remembered, thanks for reminding me, but nah, I'm okay on this one. I remember wanting to save the Suzuka one. Do you remember the carnage between Stefanzi, Key and Motsu? Absolute carnage. That is not the way to start a qualifying lap. So yeah, risk of ruin is pretty high, not going to lie. But we will just try not to take too many risks and keep it tidy. Because the probability that other people will make mistakes is relatively high compared to other track car combos. There's Joe's set. Gio. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? P5. I wish I could. I wish I knew why my style works for these crossbows, where Francis, who is every bit as equal as ourselves, we're very, very similar skill level, high, and yet it's like, oh my god, he hasn't practiced. I know, so there's that, but still, Kevlin as well. It goes to show that style can swing things in both directions, and it makes me appreciate what professional racing drivers mean when they say I'm trying to adapt and change my driving style all the time so I have an answer when I'm thinking what the hell I'm struggling. You know, you can actually figure out what it is and change your style to make it work. I haven't got to the bottom of that yet. I'd like to understand it. It's not a proper top split room. There's a bunch of guys at the back that are not top split. Johnny is, but yeah. Right, here we go. We're going to have stone cold tyres. Definitely, it's going to be pretty obvious, so we need to be mindful of that. Here we go. They are cold tyres. Yeah, a bit annoyed he got through, but I'd rather that than I smash into the back of someone. Whoa, he's coming straight across the front. I need to get back in front of Nick. God's sake, his defence is annoying me. Shit! I missed my break point. Oh, why? For a tap? That's bullshit! And he outbraked himself. He's really getting on my nerves as well. We need to get past Jones ASAP. Fuck it! Get on my nerves. Finally. It's very annoying Nick getting through, but I just did not know what the brakes were going to be like, so yeah. But it really held us up. We could have got in front of Manu Rodri with the hard second penalty, and whatever happened to Spider. But that's how it goes sometimes. We'll carry that forward into the next race. Very annoying. Ah. So easy to lose and gain time through the chicane. We're matching Spider pretty much, which is not an easy thing to do. Ah, we're wrong on the entry. Ah, it just slides everywhere. It's so hard to regain control. Such a costly time. Look at it. God, small mistake, huge amount of time lost. Very annoying. Come on, you div. Rear tyres are going. Rear tyres are really going. Getting harder. Lost a huge amount of time on that lap. Our HID is all over us now. That was annoying. 1.5 seconds for one tiny little error on entry. Very good through there. But very hard to finesse. So yeah. One slight twitch and it slides you out massively. Stupid car. Penultimate corner and you're like, Rick Kevelin's behind me. But it looks like we are about to beat Kevelin for the first time fair and square. You know? I don't think I've done that before, but then he's obviously struggling comparative to his relative skill. It was a fun race, but it could have gone better. We should have been much closer to Manu Roger and Spider. We had the same pace as them. When we were getting our laps right, we saw that, so that's what we can carry forward into the next race. The 1 second penalty for the slight bump for Nick was a bit bullshit. I didn't actually gain an advantage, you know, get past him in doing so. I wasn't going to try either, I was going to hang back. But then he outbraked himself on the next corner. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting him to really try and go for an overtake at turn 1. I think that is a huge risk, because it's the first time you get a feel for cold tyres. You don't get it in the lobby. So you don't really know where your brake point's going to be, because it's going to be different depending on where you start, isn't it? So it's a big risk. Maybe he missed his brake point and it worked out. I don't know. But he's kind of just getting in the way and doing annoying defence, you know, cutting across in front of me, rather than taking the natural line that he'd actually already on. That's very annoying defence. Very annoying. What was our best lap? 43.3. Yeah, look, about 6 tenths, 7 tenths off of Josette is about right. Yeah, we just weren't hooking it up. But we can do it. We can get in touch with these two. Not so much these two. Yeah, these two aren't happy. They think they're better. As does HRGRK. I was using 0, to be honest. Like, I played around with -2 brake balance, but nah, it wasn't really working. So 0, I think overall is better, because with -1 it's a little bit more understeery in exactly where I don't want it to understeer. the hairpin at the start of sector 2. I don't want understeer there because you lose a lot of time not being able to get back on the gas. You need to rotate the car around. Yeah, cool race. If I got sort of 334, 350 or more, I'd take my point, but 300, I mean, they're good points, but not really. Not when you want to be in the top 10 of the region. You need more points than that. You need to be getting minimum, absolute minimum, ideally here. So that's how it is. But yeah, we can quickly switch over to this bad boy and do a Ferrari sprint, because YOLO. Well, it depends on your style, Smalls. I don't know what your style's like, or the lap time, so you never know whether your style is actually supreme, but you've got the wrong brake balance, or if you change your style, then you'd find 5 isn't working, 0 is better. I don't know, that's the thing. It obviously depends on people's racing style. I noticed, for example, when I was following Jones into the final high-speed left-right before the final long right-hand corner, the downhill bit, I noticed that Jones was either braking a lot harder or just losing a lot of speed coming into the second apex, the right-hander, because I was closing in on him really, really fast. I was like, oh shit, you know, going to bump into the back of him. I noticed that. So I don't know if his braking input was different, turning, blah, I don't know, but it's obviously a discrepancy. The rest of the track pretty much even. Yeah, it really varies. Once again, I repeat, that is why I've started a sim coaching business, so that people can get to the heart of, you know, why they can't be faster, or how to be faster. But yeah. Are we still in top 10? Yeah, just about. I'm pleased to match someone of Spider's calibre in a mid-engine car, because the Hurricane and the Italia are pretty similar in terms of how hard they are to handle and rear tyre wear. You know, and he's basically shagging the Hurricane all season long, so he's pretty tuned into it. I'm getting a little bit of a love affair with the Ferrari 458, I've got to be honest. I remember driving the Group 4 458 around Goodwood when we first had the circuit added, and it was absolutely sublime. I'm really considering using Ferrari as a manufacturer next opportunity. The only thing, I mean, it's also because I want to raise my game, and because the Ferrari is a harder car to handle, if you can get comfortable with that, then everything else is a breeze. You might learn something too by switching things up. The AMG is great, but it is a bit too safe a pair of hands. Easy, you know, anyone can drive it pretty fast. Stuff you can do in the AMG in terms of steering input, if you did it in the Ferrari or the Lambo, it'd bite your head off. You wouldn't survive. It'd be like getting onto a bull after you kicked it in the bollocks. It's going to be pissed. Recommendation, don't kick a bull in the bollocks. Not a good idea. Yeah. Pretty hard car to handle, but great fun. The only thing is rear tyre wear. Yay! Traction's different to what I was just driving. Yay! hard. So, I think it'd be a relatively quiet lobby because FIA's on, so less people are doing it. But you never know. You might have people thinking, yeah, you know, like Francis thinking, fuck it. This will be an interesting race because I was having some races with MJM Racing yesterday, and he's not slow. He's not slow. And actually, he did a race today, I think, and his fastest lap was actually a 1:30.250 during the race, which is obviously fantastic. He hasn't done it in the time trial to get a qualifying time, but he's fast enough. So don't be surprised to see this guy in top split lobbies very soon, is what I would say. Well, it depends, because what's he like at other tracks, other cars, tyre, fuel wear? I don't know. Don't know. But I have a feeling he'll be mixed up with the top split pretty soon. I've seen enough to make that judgment. He was able to switch across loads and loads of cars and instantly be fast in them. Every race we did, he did a different car. He even managed to stick with me in the drag, which was surprising. So we will have a interesting race. Like, it will be very difficult to keep him behind. We'll try. We will try. But it ain't going to be easy. It depends if I get the corners right, because again, I can get this Ferrari around this track really fast, but every lap is another thing, because it's quite hard to be consistent with this car, especially through the chicane. It's horrible through the chicane. Every time you hold your breath and clench your buttocks because you think you're going to bin it. Don't say bin it. So yeah, I need to concentrate. I don't like losing, so I'm going to do everything I can to prevent it. I wonder if we got a driver rating here. I forgot about that. Did it go up? Cool. My driver rating went up a bit after the last race, so that's cool. Let's keep it there. It's actually at all-time highs, 75,600. It's never been that high before, and I'd like to get to 80 and keep going. I just need to stop messing up races and finishing at the back of the grid. You know, if it doesn't go well, then, you know, top 6, top 5, as we just did. It you know, the race didn't go well, but we were still top 5. That's kind of what I want, minimum. Here we go. I'm pulling out my best defence if I need it. I'm not going to be nice. He's made a mistake. That puts the onus on him to catch up. Whee. And he is he disconnected? He might have disconnected. He wouldn't have rage quit, I know that much. Yeah, he disconnected. Sucks for him. Oh well. Looks like we'll have a pretty easy race. We've got a Ramster behind us. which tells me that even at a 2-second gap, he is still very risky for being, you know, anally violated in racing terms, rammed from behind. Not good. Doesn't feel good. You wouldn't wish it on your family. It's just not good. So we need to be extra careful. Ramster is just anal violation, isn't it? That's just another name for that. I mean, we might as well have just had his name, anal violation. That would be way more interesting. I mean, people would avoid you like rattlesnakes and hurricanes, wouldn't they? If you went for a move, they'd just jump out of the way. Which is great. You get through easier. Got a good sector 1. Ooh, nearly lost it. Going for a good lap then, that's annoying. I'm also a sucker for the noise of this 9,500 RPM red line. Sounds great. Too much weight transfer then. From right to left, skids. Yeah, when you're trying to set a fastest lap, you're less reliable. We're going to try anyway. Huh? Where is MJM Racing if he's just set a fastest lap? I don't understand. I really don't know what happened to him. Oh, he's in P6. Something... He must have been rammed or something. I don't know. This is an alright lap if we get this final corner right. I'd like the fastest lap. It's alright. Probably good enough, it feels good enough for this is your fastest lap. We have it. It's not the ultimate flex, but it is a flex to trade the fastest lap on the last lap. Like, wee. So yeah, he'll be kicking himself that he cocked it up on the chicane. So yeah, left me to take an easy win. Yeah. Cool. Easy. So yeah. Common F in the track for my man MJM Racing because it didn't go to plan. I wonder what happened, let's check it out. There was a race I did this morning in this lobby, and from P2 down after the first lap, everyone was 6 seconds behind me because they just got tangled up. Seriously, like the guy that was in P10, 11 was all of a sudden in P2 by the end of the first lap. Carnage. Absolute carnage. Yeah, F. True though. You'll get it back in no time. Oh dear, wait, oh, he snipped it back, look, I didn't even see that, he took a 30.4, cheeky sod. Whee, good for him. Do you still get TS? What? Ramster will be happy with that tricky little P2. Oh! He wants to get into top split. He's been working his ass off to get his driver rating up. I think it's probably about 70,000 at the moment, which is close. Right, so the next Nation Cup race is at 4:40. We'll do one more Ferrari race and I will basically have a break because I'm hungry as well, really hungry. Big boy's gotta eat. Yay, 76,000 driver rating. Cool beans. Alright, back in a second. Okay, I is back. Do a lap. Our Optimum's pretty sexy. But will we do it? God! I did a race the other day on this track, I think it was a couple of days ago, where we changed to cockpit cam and then turned all of the race information off. I tell you, it is weird, and it's actually a lot harder than you might think. You just feel like you can't see anything. Really odd. Big Bonnie! Probably a Valentino Rossi fan. I'm only taking that from two things. He's Italian and he's got number 46. I mean, the guy's a legend. Probably one of the most amazing things he did is the way he beat, I can't remember who it was, but he beat another guy for the win on the final lap, on the final corner around Barcelona, and they were just chopping and changing for the final 3 laps, and it was just like, oh my god! It was awesome. It was properly awesome. The Italian guy, in the comments, SS Stefano Ness, yesterday on one of the races, he used me for his brakes into the bottom hairpin at the bottom of this straight after the chicane. He just properly used me to slow himself down, just smacked into the side of me, and I was furious. So on the final lap, I finally caught back up to him, and on the exit of this corner, I might have accidentally tipped him into a spin. Totally accidental. Or not. Right, let's have another race. What was he got? Nissan? Yeah, Nissan. So we need to get our skates on, really. So yeah, itinerary is do this race, win it. Wait, look, the doctor on the front, fucking told you. So we do this race and then we'll have a break and reconvene for the next round of the Nations Cup. That leaves you to watch some Manufacturer Series racing. A lot of you have probably gone over to watch the Manufacturer races, to be fair. Which makes sense. I decided to boycott it because the SLS is an understeery piece of crap at the moment. I'm not enjoying it at all. Which lap for Manufacturer Series, Francis? half a second buffer is plenty safe. Something I've noticed about the Ferrari is when you hold the throttle just a little bit to just carry it around the corner, the front end grip reduces substantially. You don't really get that in the AMG, it just sort of carries on gripping. So you've got to really choose your moment when you're coming on the throttle. I noticed it in the quadrupled right-hander halfway around this circuit. Yeah, rule number one of this Ferrari, when you make a mistake, get off the gas. With the AMG you can normally just hold it and steer into it or whatever and it pretty much sorts itself out. Not with this. It just lift off, get off the gas. The way I'm throwing it into that corner, I just wouldn't do over a race distance with tyre wear on. It just wreck the rear tyres. Sliding too much, but it is faster when there's no tyre wear setting done. And this is why you can sometimes get due to kind of rubbish in the FIA, do quite well in daily race A or B. I rarely do A, mainly do C, because I like the distance. But every now and then I do B. Should I like the combo? Right now. And I'm learning a lot about this Ferrari. You learn the same things in the Audi, but it's not quite as potent. The Audi is more forgiving than the Lambo or Ferrari. MJM Racing, word. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh yeah, we still need to look at the replay as to what the hell happened to you in that last race, because one minute we were coming out of this corner here and we saw that you were 1.2 seconds away, finished this sector off, had another look and you were nowhere. I thought you'd been disconnected. So you obviously got sent to the shadow realm or some shit. Yeah. Just one word answer. Yeah. That sucks. We'll have a look at it in a minute. I forgot to look at it in between these two races, but we'll look at it afterwards. I saved the replay. Yeah, when you got like a handful of really strong drivers in, 1, 2, 3, and then the rest are like A rated. If you make a mistake on the first lap, they're gonna pounce on you. Ramster's gonna be all over the place. You know how it goes. You don't want Ramster anywhere near your rear end in every way, shape or form. Not recommended. It'd be like having Jeffrey Epstein near your daughter, wouldn't it? It'd be like, what? No you don't. You're coming with me. On the right hander, lame. Let's get some cockpit view going on. I love this view. I'm just not as fast with it. But you'll get a sense of how careful I am on the steering. You just can't be too aggressive with a car like this on the steering. Just bite your head off. Whee, breaking balls deep there. Remind me, what manufacturer are you with? Ramstar. He probably rammed somebody off. Well, that'd be prejudiced, wouldn't it? How do we know? I don't know which is the hardest view. I think this one's the hardest, but then I haven't tried them all. We're gonna pip our lap time. Porsche, I love that car. Not quite. Cheers, quite a lot slower. But yeah, Ramsey got in there, maybe because Big Bonnie got a penalty somewhere. But yeah, I want to have a look at the last race replay, see what happened to you. Could be entertaining. Francis, my lap is bad, but also since it's top split, still P1 for race B. I think I'm getting a bit confused. I'm being dumb basically. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, I'm confused. A bad lap, but a top split P1. That sentence doesn't go together in my brain, you know. So I might be misunderstanding you. Ah, no. You spun. How dare you spin? You've let your compatriots down, boy. Oh man. Yeah, that's quite cool. Right. Toodles. Right, let's have a look at that replay. We've got a crazy lobby, no practice. Uh-oh. Well, if you've got no practice, I swear to God, MJM Racing, your driver rating will get shafted. You don't want to be going into FIA races, especially top split. No practice, ending up bottom 15 and bottom 5, and yeah, you get a kick in the bollocks for that. 386 watts. Not sure what you mean. La, 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 la. Oof. Nice. Yeah, I practiced my balls off. Why did I save that? When was it? 2 days ago. I wonder why I saved it. Anyway. 386 points, that is a top split lobby for sure. Right, let's see what happened to you, Tricky Drops. Because it went down. That sexy red car. Yeah, Captain Doucheface here. This guy. Stefano Ness, whatever. Yeah, used me as brakes once. I was not happy with that. Right, let's have a look. So what made him cock up? Yeah, just being a bit too aggressive. Whoopsie doodles. So yeah, that ultimately opened up a world of shit, because you've got the hamster on you and that is not cool. Like I said, it's like having Jeffrey Epstein near your daughter. Panic. So what happened? Someone else completely binned it back there. We'll have a look at that. And this one, I think, you lost it. That's a shame. That would be really annoying. I know I would be pissed off with myself. But you made a pretty good comeback, even with a penalty. Whoop! Somebody shadowed around themselves right there. That's one position. And another one. Sweet. Carnage up there. Woohoo! We need to have a look at that, don't we? So gets a bit funky here, doesn't it? What is that? Was that an accident or was that deliberate? I don't know. No, that I put the blame on the Swiss driver because he's trying to come across right at the break point. That's his fault, definitely. Definitely. Penalty galore, isn't it? And yeah, everyone else is too far away. Who is the guy? Oh yeah, lap one. Completely lost it. No, it wasn't that. Probably further back. There we go. Bollocks! I keep missing it. It might have been this guy. Yeah. So what did he do? Well, that, I told you, look, that is exactly what he did to me. Look how far back he is. What an absolute dick. He did exactly, precisely the same thing to me. Precisely. And I'm wondering if the replay I saved was actually because of it. Because I was properly annoyed. He keeps doing it. That is the definition of a dirty driver. He does it on purpose. Because he could have gone right. But he chose not to. He's like, nah, I'm going to make my problem somebody else's. Oh man. I will unleash a fury and a vengeance upon you if you do that to me. Which you did, and I unleashed it, so yeah. Is he there? No, this isn't it. Sadly, I don't have it. Never mind. So we'll just get out of here. Most of the aliens not putting a lot in anymore. Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's still a really good opportunity to raise our own game, because me and you, Francis, we're kind of on the fringes of the sort of TRL and Williams drivers. We're just on the edge. We're really close, but we tend to get beaten by them. And so we got to raise our game, haven't we? And actually become one of those drivers. And the only way to do that is practice. Yeah. Alright. Update. Go entertain yourselves for a bit and come back for basically an hour from now. We'll be back and then we'll be entering for this race. So I will see you all in an hour. I will restart the stream, so I'm going to turn this stream off, and then about 10 minutes before the entry I'll turn it back on. You can find a notification, jump in, get involved. So yeah, I'll see you then. Cheers.